Hi, this is Rachelle at Rivet Patterns, and in this video we are sewing the side panel of the Yarrow yoga pants and leggings. So we're starting, we have the 3 pieces here, and you can line them up like I did so that you can see how they're going to fit together. We have the front, we have the center, and we have the back. Your centerpiece might be a solid, it might be like mine that has the pocket, or your might have a zip. In any case, or if you have the shorts version, it's going to stop right here. That's a little more straightforward, so I'm going to leave that part alone, and we're going to concentrate on the 6-inch shorts and longer because it involves this part right here. So for the first part, we're going to be doing the front. So make sure that you have all of your pieces marked. You have your notches marked, and that you know which is the front and which is the back. On mine, I've put 1 pin for the front and 2 for the back because in my mind that makes sense. So we're going to start with the front piece. The front is the more curved piece. At the bottom, down here, we are going to match this right sides together. Now you can see that there is a straight piece. This here is your seam allowance, and we want it to come right into that tiny little notch. So how we're going to do this is we're going to put this right sides together, and you're going to line up that notch at the bottom. Let's see if I can get in here a little closer for you. Okay? So right at that straight edge, you're going to line it up right at the bottom of that pocket. Okay, and go ahead and put a pin there. I'm going to use an actual pin because I really, really want to make sure that that 3/8 seam allowance stays there. Okay? All right, now it's going to get funky. So you're going to rotate the pocket or the insert up, and you're going to pin up at the waistline. Okay? And then you're going to go ahead and match the notches. If you have a pocket, it's going to be at the top of the pocket. Okay? We're going to match that. Okay, so this part right here, from the waistline to the first notch, that's pretty straightforward. It should match 1 to 1. Just pin evenly. Then right here, from the notch down through this part, this is where it gets a little weird because this is opposite curves. So you're going to just have to manipulate your fabric like you have every other opposite curve. It's like doing a sleeve or something else, and it will match if you put it together. Okay, so pin or clip a lot. Okay, you just want to make sure that if you do have to, part of easing in opposite seam is one seam's longer, but it's really not once you start putting it in the curve. Okay, so now I'm going to take this over to my machine. If you are concerned about maintaining this seam allowance all the way through, feel free to baste this first. It will not hurt anything. And we're going to stitch from the waistline all the way down through and the point, and you're going to make sure your seam allowance is butted up right at where that pin is. Okay, so then you can open it up. You can see that's really good, and you can see how this lines up right as it's supposed to right here. So this is where your back piece is going to go. But before, oh, my basting got all messed up there. Before I do that, I am going to press this seam, and you're going to press it towards the crotch point, and I'm going to top stitch it, and then we will do the back piece. Okay, so now we have the front all put together into this nice curve. My top stitching turned out lovely. So then we're going to add the back. So like I said before, it's all lined up here. You can see where the bottom here, down at the bottom of the back, where it kind of comes to this point and then goes down into the side seam. There is a notch mark on the pattern right here. So you want to match that up to where this seam is right here. Just to be very... Okay. So we're going to line this up to here, right sides together. Like so. Okay. And then again, we're going to match our notch up here to the top of the pocket. And this is going to be a little easier. This is definitely less of a easing of the opposite curves. So we'll put all this together here. Just a little bit of manipulation through here. Like this. Okay. Then we are going to continue to go all the way down the side seam. So I've got pants, so they're really long. They don't really fit the camera here. But what you'll do is you'll pin at the hem. Okay. And then you'll pin all in between. So now when you sew this, you're going to start here at the waistline. You're going to sew all the way down the pocket. Make sure you catch all 3 layers right here. And then all the way down the side seam to the hem. Okay, and there we have it. So again, just like before, I'm going to press the seam towards the crotch point, and then I'm going to top stitch here. So I have to take out my basting stitches, but so this is now the pocket. And if you want to shorten the pocket, you can go ahead and put a line across here, or if you have a zip pocket down here, that'll automatically do that. And then go ahead and do the exact same thing to the other leg and carry on with your construction. Thanks for joining me.